It's time for Real Talk with Iris, with your host, Iris Wright, the talk show dedicated to making our communities better, building relationships, networking, and supporting small businesses. Join us every week as we discuss new and creative ideas to improve our neighborhoods and communities. This is your chance to get motivated, inspired, and encouraged. So let's get set for another amazing episode of Real Talk with Iris with your host, Iris Wright.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, Dr. Iris Wright. We on Real Talk with Iris. Guys, you already know I have a special guest, all right? So you're going to want to tune in and listen to our interview today because we're going to be sharing a lot of powerful information about entrepreneurship, health and fitness. Feel free, you might need to take some notes so you can get everything in order. 2025 just started, so we're trying to put you on the right track right now, okay? So guys, I am going to introduce Reverend Joanne Barry Colon. Joanne, how are you?
Hello, my darling. I'm known as Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Colon. I'm the founder of Wholistic Fitness, NY, located in Queens. I have a virtual business that used to once upon a time be a storefront of 22 years. I serve, help, and teach women in midlife how to release emotional weight so they can transform to be seen, heard, and step into their soul's purpose and live their best life. I'm a Reiki master, medical astrologer, holistic integrated teacher, holistic certified personal trainer, card creator, and card reader, which you can tell from my background and my deck here. And there's so much more to me. However, I think that bio is long enough without all the extras. And I'm very excited to be here and sit next to Miss Dr. Iris and share the wisdom that's going to come out from this conversation today.
I am so happy to have you on the show today. We have a lot to discuss so we can dive deeper into what you do on your daily basis when you're out here helping and impacting, changing lives. So I got to know you a little bit. So today, guys, I'm going to get to know her a whole lot better, right? So, Joanne, one of the first things I want to ask you about, what is your POST method, body and soul transformation prescription plan?
Yes. Well, the POST, with periods in between each letter, as we know, post, is actually known as progressive overload strength training. My method that's included in my body and soul transformation prescription plan. And what that just really means is for my women out there over 40, the importance of lifting weights. And when I speak of lifting weights, everyone has to start somewhere. So whether you start with 3 pounds, 5 pounds, and then over time work up to the heavier weight, because it's the heavier weight that's going to be the progressive overload to help you get stronger. Now, I want you to understand that when we're lifting weights, it's not only about the vanity of looking good and being able to fit into your skinny jeans. It really is about the functional process of being able to be strong enough mentally to push through all of the mental tasks you have to push through. Because when you do strength train, you find a focus within yourself that helps you to be more productive throughout your entire day while strength training. It's also a tool to help you regulate your emotional ups and downs, because throughout our day, based on everything that's going on in our world, we can go through, oh my God, probably 100 emotions in the course of a 24-hour day. And when we can really take that 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or maximum an hour to take time for ourselves to embody our physical body, we can bring our emotions back to a state of joy. And joy is literally the highest vibration you could be at to continue to attract the very things you're looking to bring into your everyday life. And then in addition to that, to the emotional and the mental, the actual strength training is so you can be strong enough. Because again, for us women, over the age of 40. If we are not strength training, we literally lose up to 3 pounds of muscle mass a year, which then puts you at a much higher risk of osteoporosis. And if for whatever the reasons are, you step wrong when you're walking and you happen to fall and you are frail, you are at a 75% chance of breaking a bone and not recovering. This is the reason why progressive overload strength training is so important. It's not just about strength training. And it's definitely not just about the cardiovascular fitness or the strength or the stretching or the yoga. Those are supplements to the progressive overload strength training. And with my body and soul transformation prescription plan, and notice I said prescription, meaning it's not a one size fit all. So you will never find me doing a live video talking to you about what you should be doing in regards to your routine because it's personalized. I will generalize in reference to how many days a week, the time frame, the duration, but I will never say do this many reps, do this many sets, because it's a personalized prescription plan based on what your long-term goals are, based on your body and your soul transformation. In addition to that prescription plan, it's not just about your physical body. It's really a multitude of platforms helping you to live your best life by being able to feel more comfortable in your own skin. So when you look in a mirror, you feel good. And when we feel good in our own skin, we show up with confidence. And when we show up in confidence, we want to get into Dr. Iris's magazines and come and do a live because we want to share, because we look good, we feel good, and we have the confidence to show it off. So we want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to share our message. So there's so much involved with the post method body and soul transformation prescription plan. It includes everything: strength training, Reiki energy work to clear your energies from our daily everyday. It includes astrology and numerology, so you can really understand who you are from a soul level, not a superficial 3D level. We all know who we are from a superficial 3D level. We really need to discover who we are from the soul level, because after all, our beings of a soul level is connected to the very agreements that we are here to fulfill. And sadly to say, there's a lot of women showing up a little short in how they are fulfilling their agreements because of their lack of confidence. In addition to the astrology and numerology, there's also aromatherapy practice that we get into. And the newest one is yoga to bring more stretching and mobility into our daily life. So that's the nut and bolts of the post body and soul transformation prescription plan. That's associated with our chakra system. If you're not familiar with your chakra system, it's in addition to the color, you have a number that is aligned with the daily energy of numerology, your birthday, and also astrology. And then there's a word. The word aspect is one of my favorites because the word can be used for two things.
That's awesome, Joanne. So I guess another question: what role do the card deck play in your self-growth discovery sessions?
Looking for a quality home care agency for your loved one? Caring Hearts Telecare is your solution. With over a decade of dedicated service, Caring Hearts Telecare provides personalized in-home assistance, including telehealth, electronic caregiving, remote monitoring, lab services, and grocery support. Our mission is to ease families' burdens and empower seniors for safe, healthy lives. For more info, visit our website.
Well, for one, as you can see, my background is my card deck. There are 45 cards to the deck, and each of those cards have three elements: a color, energy fields within our body system that's associated with our organs, our emotions, and also very much associated with our planets and zodiac signs. So when one of your chakras are out of alignment, that's going to show up in your external world. The word aspect is one of my favorites because the word can be used for two things. The word could be an affirmation, and I'm looking at the two cards that's right there, balance and focus. Those are great affirmations. And it could also add to our story of our journey in reference to how do we need to focus, or what do we focus on, and where do we need to bring more balance into our day. Now, how these cards play a role in our self-discovery session. The self-discovery session is the very first session that you and I come together to get to know each other. And what I do is I pull 12 cards. Now, most people will sit back and say, well, how do you do this if I'm not right there with you? It's an energetic process. The minute I'm in your energy field, I'm already connected to you. So I shuffle the cards, and I already have some information based on your astrology and numerology information, and I pull 12 cards. These 12 cards are going to literally be the blueprint for every month. So each card represents a month of the 12 months that you will be working with me to help set specific goals based on whatever word shows up with the card. We will look at the number to then help set based on what your astrology information is at that time, and looking at the astrology chart going forward, how to play into it and how to get ahead of ourselves if in fact there's going to be challenges or obstacles or even some fun things that show up in our astrology path, to get ahead of it so we can plan out when's the best time to maybe run an ad or write an article or maybe stay quiet. Because believe it or not, there are times where we're supposed to be quiet as opposed to doing all the hustling and bustling. And sometimes we get a little off course because we're trying to hustle and bustle in the quiet. And then we get distracted and annoyed because, well, why is this not working? Because it's not in the right timing based on our astrology. So in addition to those 12 cards, it sets the tone for what we're going to do for the entire 12 months together. It's a small portion of how the cards play in the self-growth discovery. I do encourage my clients to purchase the deck. I also encourage them to take my course on the deck. This way here, they know how to play with the deck, so they can shuffle the deck at home first thing in the morning, pull a card for themselves, and set the tone for their daily rituals to what they're doing in the process of reshaping their mind, body, spirit, and emotions. So that's just a nutshell of what the cards do in our self-growth discovery sessions.
That's awesome, Joanne. So what makes you stand out from everyone in your industry? How do you stand out?
Well, all my colors. Now, my brightness, my courageousness, my confidence. Those are just some of the things, but really how I stand out in my industry is my non-conventional, disruptive approach to what I do and how I go about doing it. When you really hear me speak and work with clients, I'm literally saying the opposite of what the average coach, nutritionist, or personal trainer is speaking about when it comes to one's dietary habits, one's workout regimen. My approach is we're not focusing on losing weight. That is the last thing. If someone comes to me and says, I want to lose 50 pounds, I say, okay, we're going to reshape that 50 pounds because we don't want to lose 50 pounds. And one of the reasons why I have that mindset is, like anything else, if you lost your favorite headphones, if Dr. Iris lost that set of headphones before she had to do her live, she would tear her house apart looking for her headphones. And it's the same thing with body weight. There's a reason why we carry it. There's a psychological purpose behind it. There's a reason why we have the agreement with the weight. And until we can actually get to the root why we have the weight with us is how we're going to release it, which is why I say release the emotional weight that we carry rather than dieting. When we speak about dieting is restricting. Dieting is limiting. Dieting is a resistant. And those three things not only carry on in our diet, but if we're focused on restriction, limitation, and resistance, we are carrying that out in our life. We are resisting everything that's going on for us, so we're pushing it away. We're limiting our opportunities of what we really want to live in our soul's purpose. And we're also in the space of restricting ourselves from our soul's purpose. And we have to be mindful that it's not just about restricting or limiting or resisting the food we're eating. We have to realize that this stems out to everything we do. We also have to understand that when we talk about food, food is fuel. And we need fuel to feed our mind, our muscles, and everything that we do in the course of our day. And without that fuel, we won't have the energy to do the very things we need to do in our everyday life. And the non-conventional approach that I have, like I said, it's not about dieting. It's really about looking at where you are on your journey right now, discovering At what point in your life, at what age did perhaps the weight start to come on? What's the story associated with that weight? And once we can get to that place, which really takes place during the self-discovery session, and you're ready to forgive that situation, forgiving that situation allows you to release the connection to that situation. And the minute you make that decision to forgive and release the connection, without doing anything, all of a sudden you start to feel lighter. And it has absolutely nothing to do with restricting carbohydrates or going on a high protein diet or limiting your fat. Absolutely nothing to do with that. And this is one of the reasons why I stand out in my industry, is because of the very approach that I have, a non-conventional, a revolutionizing approach to looking at things in a whole different way that includes, as I like to call, and as you can see from my business name, the whole body person. The emotions, the mindset, the spirit, bringing the spirit into play. Because when we think about the connection with food, our spirit and our intuition will guide us to what do we need to eat for that day to fuel us, to energize us. Do we need something that's going to keep us grounded? Do we need something that's going to fill our sweet tooth? If we're going through grief, if we've lost a family member, lost a job, or just sort of in a state of confusion, we may need that sweetness to fill what we've lost. So there's reasons to why certain foods play a role in our daily life. And again, coming back to, if we let go of the word of restriction, we don't want to restrict anything, because then we're restricting everything, not just food. So I believe that is truly what makes me stand out in my industry, to be different and for more people to change their whole mindset approach, letting go of their old habits, beliefs, philosophy around nutrition, about fitness, about wellness, and bringing their whole body, mind, and spirit into play.
That was some great information, Joanne. A lot to learn, a lot to digest as well, because we're used to people saying that we have to diet. So guys, we're going to pause for a commercial break real quick. I know a lot more information is to come, but I'm super excited. So, Joanne, you have a superpower.
I sure do.
What is your superpower?
Are you ready for honest conversations that inspire, empower, and ignite your passion for growth? Welcome to Real Talk with Iris, the podcast where real stories meet real insights. Join Iris as she brings together industry leaders, changemakers, and extraordinary individuals to share their experiences, challenges, and successes. From personal development to business strategies, we cover it all because your journey deserves real talk, ready to be inspired. Visit realtalkwithiris.com and dive into our latest episodes. Don't miss your chance to be part of a community that celebrates connection, collaboration, and growth. Real Talk with Iris, where the conversation gets real and the inspiration never stops. Listen now at realtalkwithiris.com.
The superpower is, it's a complex superpower. To just go right into it, and then I'll break it down, is I have the ability, if you're familiar with the term third eye, it's one of our chakras. I have the ability for my third eye to see any of the clients that I work with, and even if I'm not working with you, to see you at your highest soul's potential in that transformation already. I can see it. I know it. I can feel it, which is one of the reasons why I become so passionate about helping you to get there, because I already see it for you. I can feel the vibration of that energy. And a big part of that superpower, based on my astrology makeup, is my ninth house energy. Now, those of you who are not familiar with astrology, I'm just going to give you a little 101 here. Come back and take some notes. Ninth house energy carries a few vibrations. The vibration is about higher consciousness. So it moves literally into the higher consciousness of thinking. It's also, the ninth house is about the God's word. So I deliver the messages that God has for you. I channel it in and I give it to you So it really is about that connection that I have with spirit and God, bringing it out to you. It's also about traveling between worlds, being here on the earth. And when I sleep at night, I travel to the other side to gain insight and then bring it back to you. In addition to that, it's about education. It's about learning. It's about letting go. That ninth house is letting go of people, places, and things that's not going to serve my purpose, because my energy is so sensitive. I cannot afford to be around people that are toxic. So I have to minimize whom I'm around, and I have to spend a lot of time by myself, which I do. In addition to that ninth house, I have 3 major planets there. My sun energy, which is my birth sign, Pisces. I have Venus there, which is all about the relationships, the contracts, the connection I have with my physical body that helps me to connect with your physical body. The relationship that I have with money, which I've done a lot of work over the years to develop a healthier relationship with money, where I'm not afraid or resisting to make commitments that's going to help me grow, which then helps me to help you grow. And then in addition, I have my North Node there. Now, if you know anything about astrology, the North Node and our birth energy are connected. They're both connected to what we're here to become. So being that this energy all sits in my ninth house energy, it really is about me becoming the expert, the master of who I am, which is what I'm here to do. And taking everyone who calls on me, or that God brings me in front of, to take you with me to be the soul person, the soul's connection that you're meant to be. In addition to all of that, taking my Aquarian energy, which sits in 2 houses, my 7th and 8th. The 7th house is associated with Venus. So it's the agreements and contracts that I have with each person that comes into my pathway, helping them to see their vision, because Aquarius is all about the vision. It's about connections. It's about collaboration. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to connect, and I'm here to collaborate. I'm here to take my client to the next level so they can grow and expand and level up. And then, of course, the 8th house is all about going through the darkness. So I had to go through my darkest moments so I can transform, so I can have the experiences to understand the clients that come to me in their darkest moments, so I can help them release whatever energy they're holding that no longer serves them. So holding on to their dark energy so they can move into a state of abundance. And then finally, my rising sign, which is Cancer, that's the mama bear. That's the compassion. That's the kindness. That's the, I want to reach out to everybody, make sure everybody's okay. It's my first house energy. It's who am I and why am I here and who am I here to serve? So you take these 3 signs, the Pisces, the Cancer, the Aquarian. Both Pisces and Cancer is water. So I am totally emotional, empathy, sensitive, intuitive, psychic evenly, and yes, I do speak to spirit. So this is why my superpower is so powerful, because I get to see you at your highest level and your highest purpose possible. And I'm going to do my darnest hardest to get you there and help you transform so you can be the best version of you.
That's awesome. So, Joanne, what are the 3 levels that you take your clients through to get them through their transformation journey?
I love that. Now, the 3 levels, I'm going to go right into it, is most people who come to me, they come to me as a client. So that's theoretically the first level. Come to me as a client for whatever your goals are. Over time, my approach is to teach you, because again, I'm a holistic integrated teacher. I want to teach you. I do not want you to be a slave over me, because if, for whatever the reasons are, if I decided I'm no longer going to do this and that I'm called to do something else, what happens to you if you're dependent on me to stand over you and count your repetitions or make sure you're eating the way you're supposed to? So I teach you how to do the very things I do, falling into all of the things that fall into my body and soul transformation program, which is the strength training, the Reiki, the astrology, numerology, aromatherapy, crystal healing. All of those courses are available in my academy program that you will become a student of, which is the second level. And most of these programs are anywhere between 3 months long, 6 months long to 1 year long. That by the time you're finished with each one, it's like a stepping stone. You take one, you move into the other, you move into the other. That by the time after 2 years, you have literally walked out with a full certification of being a Reiki master, having knowledge as an astrologer, having knowledge as a crystal healer. And if you're considering even becoming a personal trainer, I can train you and then help you take your certification so you can become a personal trainer. So that's the student part. And then the third level is practitioner and mastery, where you actually become the practitioner and practicing, earning an income, and being the master of the very thing you came here to be the master in. So these are 3 different levels that I encourage my clients to go into. Some of them do, and some of them have resistance, but they get there eventually.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations on everything you're doing, all the people you're helping, all those great things. But before we go, I know our audience is dying to know, how can they get in touch with you if they want to utilize your services?
Definitely. The easiest and best way is just an email, healingwithin76@gmail.com. If you are interested in seeing any of my services in reference to hearing me speak, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Wholistic Fitness NY with that W. And my website is the same, Wholistic Fitness NY. Most of my services are there. And I say most only because some of the services that I do offer as specials are not on my website. Those are specials for the day. If you don't get it that day, you don't get it.
That's awesome, Joanne. It's been a pleasure. We've been doing a lot of collaboration and doing things together. This is the power of networking and collaboration. We're in different states. We end up meeting and doing things together. I want to congratulate Joanne as well. She has her magazine coming out, so I think she's almost there. So if you want to, maybe you already do fitness and you want to be able to promote or do some networking, and want to be seen in one of the fitness magazines, contact Joanne and let her help you get some visibility out there. So Joanne, I'm happy that I got a chance to interview you today, learn a little deeper about what you do, and how you're helping to impact and changing lives. So for one more time for the audience, Joanne, give them your website and your YouTube and all that. So they, just in case you missed it, we want to make sure that you're able to connect with Joanne.
Definitely. YouTube and website are exactly what my business name is, Wholistic Fitness NY. My email is healingwithin76@gmail.com. And I just want to throw in one little correction regarding my magazine. It's not only about fitness. It's everything about holistic healing. So anything we're doing that's in the lane of holistic healing, whatever it is, if you're doing it, you're healing, you're helping people, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how you'll fit in the magazine.
That's awesome, Joanne. Thanks for the correction, too. I think we're so used to hearing fitness instead of holistic healing. So I'm excited about that. Guys, our time is up today. So I just want to tell you, we had a great interview. I know you enjoyed yourself. If you want to follow up to get connected with Joanne, reach out to her. She gave you all of her handles. You know where to find me. I am Real Talk with Iris or Dr. Iris Wright on our social media pages. Connect with us. If you want to be a guest on our show, go to realtalkwithiris.online. We also advertise, do commercials and everything for you. We want to be able to help you. So thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk with Iris.
Thanks for tuning into Real Talk with Iris with your host, Iris Wright, the talk show dedicated to making our communities better, building relationships, networking, and supporting small businesses. Join us next week as we discuss new and creative ideas to improve our neighborhoods and communities. We hope you were motivated, inspired, and encouraged with today's segment. So until next time, make today great from your friends at Real Talk with Iris and your host, Iris Wright.